Hello everyone, we are here at Watkins Glen for an IMSA race. We're about to qualify here for a second, so we'll see what we got end up. So we're coming through the last few corners at Watkins Glen. Two 90-degree corners, one's the left, one's the right. Shoot down the fourth gear, roll on fuel coming to the line. And we kind of sputter coming to the line. We do improve still, but not enough to improve in positions. So we stayed in fourth place here. Gonna be on the outside, entering turn 1, which is also a 90-degree corner, so that'll be interesting to see how it goes with these GTPs. As we're warming up the tires here. Make sure the tires are nice and warmed up. We already did a whole pace lap, skipped that already. But gotta put in attack mode as a hybrid system, a balanced attack build. And for the first few laps, you kind of want to be on attack mode just so you can get some momentum down the back straightaway and kind of defend your spots. But the leader goes really early, a lot earlier than usual, and second place was just caught lacking really. Kind of loses a spot there on the inside. We're down to 5th place now entering turn 1. Just trying to take it easy though, not trying to push it too hard and overdrive the car on a little colder tires than we're used to. But we're side by side up the S's, and we're in 5th place. No one really behind us to attack. Draft isn't really strong enough in these GTP classes. And as you see later on, we also have a GT3 class, which could get a little hairy, which are a lot slower than the GTPs on the straights. And I think we're about 15 seconds further than them on average. The guy in front of us spins out. This person who started second spins out right in front of us. He caught way too much of the inside curve and goes around. So we're stay in 4th place. Didn't lose by getting a spot so far going to the boot section. And was trying to kind of throttle the car a little bit. Still a little cool tires, so not warmed up completely. So I can't really go all out yet. So the boot section, definitely the most technical kind of part of the section, other than maybe the bus stop. The bus stop's really just fast. It's not too technical. It's just fast and flowy. A lot more slower speeds corners in the boot. These two, especially these two right here. This corner very tricky coming out of the boot. Left-hander up the hill. As you can see, the guy in front of us gets loose up the racetrack. He goes. He's still losing it as we go to the inside. This corner right here, almost full speed, but we have to lift a lot just so we don't plow right into him. But he gets a good exit. He used all that runoff to get us off the exit right there. As he's staying in that 3rd place position. But right now we're still in P4. We have a chance to maybe get him with this attack hybrid mode. Back off a little bit in turn 3, try to get a good exit. We do get a low exit. We clip a little bit too much of that inside curb and kind of lose our momentum. But pretty even with him, but the draft won't be strong enough in these GTPs. The draft is just not there compared to like an LMP2 or a GT3. Just not a lot of draft. You just slowly gain on him, but not enough. I go in to get some clean air just so I can see the corner. I kind of missed the entry of the corner right there, but I just didn't want to risk it since it's kind of hard to see where the entry is right behind someone. We're going to the boot section now. We soon look to the inside here, but not really a move I was going to make though, as can't really send it too far back in that corner, but try and make him maybe lock up, make a mistake here. But so far he's pretty well. So right now in 4th place, pretty content right now. As you have to make one pit stop in this race, as I'm checking fuel here and see what iRacing's saying right now, what the auto fuel should be. But right now it's just kind of about saving tires. Sidewall is a pretty big factor here. As you see, it gets a bit loose. Also, there's a lot of a runoff area. Tower is a little bit of a factor here. Watkins is pretty hot, about 100-degree track temp. I think it's afternoon conditions, so I think tire wear goes down pretty quickly. I think it goes down to 40% when I pitted. As he clips the grass way too much, and he's just sliding. That's gonna kill his tires right there. Tire temp right there, also. And a lot of people go through the grass and try to get a bit loose before the corner so they can get a good entry and exit for the last corner, so it helps them turn better. But it's just not viable for me. I just don't want to risk it like he just did right there. As right now I'm checking tires because I should have done this before the race, but I kind of forgot to. But as we go up the hill, we have attack mode still on. We're trying to make this guy stay behind us. He looks to the inside, doesn't really have his nose in there. He backs off big time. Kind of missed the entry of the corner a little bit too much. Kind of hopped over the curb as you saw. But so far we got pulled out to about 2nd gap over him right there. So with a pretty big lead over him. So I think we should be safe in the boot section here for now. as we're completing lap number 2 pretty soon. On lap 2 right now, but about to complete it. Let's jump forward to lap 6 a little later in this race. GT3 traffic I was talking about earlier coming into factor here. And the guy behind kind of caught up to me a little bit. He's kind of been staying with me. He hasn't really caught up to me big time, but he's kind of been staying there the whole time. And I didn't really feel comfortable going to the inside of this BMW, but I kind of use him as a pick. But the guy behind us is a great car. Splits him 3 wide. We have another big group of cars in front of us. Trying to look to the inside, just not enough speed to get there, so we're going to pass him up the hill. These guys side by side off the exit. I got to take it 3 right to the bottom. The guy behind kind of loses sight of where the corner is. I think he broke a little late. He kind of took out, I think that was 4th place in the GT3 class. And this guy here kind of confused me. I thought he was just going to run his normal line, but he gave me the inside lane, which kind of slowed me up there. If I knew he was going to let me by, it would have been way quicker. But kind of lost a little bit of time to the guy behind, who's also in 4th. But we are up to 2nd because the guy in the lead wrecked earlier, I think, up 4 or 3. But we're now up to 2nd place now as we get by. I believe this is a GT3 leader or 2nd place. The leader might be up here a little bit earlier, further away. But right now this guy behind, he has some draft here. There's guys stay in front of him. As long as we can stay in front of him before the bus, stop, we should be okay here. Doesn't really have a lot of draft, and it's kind of hard to pass going into the bus stop, especially with these fast GTPs. Perfect bus stop for me there, and kind of pull a little bit of gap. Like I've said before, it's kind of hard to see the entry to the bus stop, so when someone's right behind you, you kind of pull away from the bus stop. So we go through the boot here. He's still right behind us. He could make a move later in these next few corners, because I do struggle in these corners a little bit. Probably my worst corner on the racetrack is this one, and probably the next 2. These 3 right here is very. This corner is just, I don't feel like I have the traction to do so, but as we go to the next lap, or laps later, kind of get held up a little bit by that GT3. I kind of expect him to go lower than let me down on the inside, but lost a little bit of time. Had to lift a little bit before the carousel. The guy's still right behind me. He hasn't really, I haven't really pulled a gap, but he hasn't really been close enough to pass me yet. And kind of closes on entry. He's kind of going higher in the corner. He's looking for a good exit. I kind of turned it a little too early and kind of sacrificed my exit. I don't have attack mode on right here because I didn't think he was going to get to me inside. But he has attack mode on. He senses the inside. I'm just going by. Don't want to kill my tires too much battling him, so we're back on the P3. But so far, good race. We're 1/3 of the way through basically, and we're in 3rd place. So the leader is far gone. He's about 15 seconds ahead. As long as he doesn't get any traffic or any wrecks, he should probably win this race. Just in fuel here, make sure we have enough fuel for a pit stop. And this guy messes up the chicane, or the bus stop, really bad. And he goes through the grass, cuts through the grass. He may have a slowdown right here. Kind of pinch him down the carousel section. Now another guy who started 13th, he's the fastest driver on the track, catching up to us. And these two got a little door slam behind me. And the gray car is not too happy about that one. Kind of flashes lights on the yellow car. So just go down to the last corner, come to lap 12, get some draft from this Porsche. We're looking inside, but this guy has a lot of draft. I'm just letting him by. He's really quick. He's already gained about 12 spots at this point. And this guy behind me, the gray car, we've been battling all race long. He just kind of took advantage of that. I couldn't really get to the inside in time to block. I didn't really feel like blocking right there up the hill. We have a GT3 ahead. I did not feel like going through right there, so I kind of backed off right there. So I'm back down to 4th place, which is unfortunate. I'm just gonna back off here because there's a lap car. Let's go some down, but again, he just messes up the corner. He just kind of messes up that little bump there on the rumble strips, and he gets right outside of him in the carousel, so he gets through for the lap car. But this guy's struggling a lot in the bus stop, I know, so I'm taking some notes right there to maybe use later. But later in that lap, again, got some GT3 traffic, and I told you guys, GT3 traffic is to really make or break your race. He goes to the outside, which is probably not the best move on the corner. He gets turned by a GT3, and yeah, that's going to end his race right there. So we're back up at P3. A lot of people have been spinning around by us and whatnot, and we go off track. Get a little tight on the exit, or entry there, and exit, go way wide, get off track, which is not too big of a deal with all that runoff. But this next lap, you can see up ahead, there's a lot of smoke coming up ahead to the bus stop, and that's actually second place who just crashed. And we're up to second now, so a lot of people just crashing right in front of us, giving us free positions. I don't think we passed anyone. I think we only passed one person on track. Everyone else is spun out right in front of us. So we just kind of easily getting through these positions, and no one really the challenge behind us. 27, lap 27. Kind of see these guys swerving the hill. The GTP not too happy about that. He's gonna send this GT3 into the penultimate corner. And a little sketchy moment right there. I thought I was going to take it out for sure, but the GT3 saves it. And we get by this GTP into turn 1. We already made a pit stop. The leader is like 17 seconds ahead. Notice the guy behind is like about 6 seconds behind me. No real competition, just got to make it smoothly and get around the lap traffic. That's really the name of the game in these IMSA races, 45 minutes long. So pretty long race, but not extremely long. We got to make one pit stop. I didn't take any tires. Like I said, I think it was 40% tire wear when I pitted. Or not 40, 50-ish, 55 I think I remember. So coming to the white flag, just gotta make it one lap cleanly. Pretty clean track ahead. I think we have passed one GT3 on this last lap. And we just come home to take a second place finish right here as we go up the hill. And as we go through the final 2 corners, the final corner here. Gotta pass one GT3 in the second last corner. Coming to a checkered flag, and we gotta finish P2, started P4. Basically, didn't really have any competition. They all just kind of spun out, and no one really had to battle too much. We had a little battle at the beginning, and yeah, so far, good IMSA race as the GT3 just comes right out the pitch for some reason. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later. And I'll have a 6 hours of Glen highlights later this weekend on my YouTube channel, and that'll be fun to do. So I'll see you guys then.